Dear cadets, Assalamu alaikum. I hope all of you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. This is Maqsudur Rahman, lecturer in chemistry, Borishal Cadet College, Borishal. It is very necessary to keep yourself inside home along with your family members for avoiding the running pandemic COVID-19. Considering prevailing situation, Borishal Cadet College is providing necessary academic guidelines and short lecture on specific link periodically. With this continuation, I am here for your online class. In this figure, what you can see, is this a donkey or is this a zebra? This is not a donkey or a zebra. This is junkie. Yes, junkie is a hybrid of donkey and a zebra. So you can see the real life example of hybridization. So I think you can guess what will be our today's lesson. Yes, I am going to discuss on periodic properties of elements and chemical bonds, and this is the fourth session of chapter 3, and today I am going to discuss about sp and sp2 hybridization for class 11. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe the sp2 hybridization, you can describe sp hybridization, and you can predict the type of hybridization in given covalent compounds. So in my previous lecture, I discussed about hybridization. For your better understanding, I repeat it here. Hybridization is defined as the concept of mixing of two atomic orbitals with the nearly same energy level to give a degenerate new types of orbitals. So in case of hybridization, nearly same energy level and full-filled or half-filled orbitals can participate in hybridization. We know that there are 5 types of hybridization: sp3, sp2, sp, sp3d, and sp3d2 hybridization. And today I am going to discuss on sp2 and sp hybridization. Before that, sp3 hybridization, I discussed sp3 hybridization. When one s orbital and 3 p orbitals belonging to the same shell of an atom mix together to form 4 new equivalent of orbital, the type of hybridization is called sp3 hybridization, and the orbitals are known as sp3 hybrid orbitals. Now, sp2 hybridization, when one s orbital and 2 p orbital overlap with each other and form 3 equivalent orbitals, so then these are called sp2 hybridization. So I repeat it again: when one s orbital and 2 p orbital overlap with each other and form 4 equivalent 3 sp2 hybrid orbital, this is called sp3 hybridization. So what are the characteristics of sp2 hybridization? sp2 hybridization is called trigonal hybridization, as it is involved in one s orbital and 2 p orbital overlapping. So that's why it is called sp2 hybrid orbital. A mixture of s and p orbital formed in trigonal symmetry and is maintained at 120 degree bond angle. All the 3 hybrid orbitals remain in one plane and make an angle of 120 degree with one another. As there are one s orbital and 2 p orbital, so it has 33.33% s character and 66.66% p character. Now I am going to discuss on about the bond formation of boron trifluoride molecule. We know that the atomic number of boron is 5. So its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, and 2p1. As it has one unpaired electron, so it can form only one bond, but it can form 3 bonds with 3 fluorine atom. How it is possible? Because energy promoted an electron from 2s orbital to 2p orbital. So you can see that now it has 3 unpaired electron. Since all the bonds of boron trifluoride are identical, so it undergoes hybridization. How? One s orbital and 2 p orbital undergoes hybridization and form sp2 orbitals, 3 sp2 orbitals, and 1 p orbital remain unhybridized. So you can see there, one s orbital overlap with 2 p orbital of boron and form 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. And this sp3 hybrid orbital overlap with fluorine and form boron trifluoride molecule. And the bond angle between fluorine, boron, fluorine is 120 degree. And all the bond angle of fluorine, boron, fluorine is 120 degree. As it is trigonal in shape, so we can say that boron trifluoride molecule is trigonal in shape, trigonal pyramidal shape. Now, C2H4, what its name? Its name is, it is ethylene molecule, and it is planar. It present in one plane. Its bond angle is close to 120 degree, as it is sp2 hybridization. And its bond distance between carbon, if this black one is carbon and white one is hydrogen, you can see the bond angle, bond distance between carbon and hydrogen is 110 picometer, and bond distance between two carbon is 134 picometer. So how it will be formed? You know that in ground state, the electronic configuration of carbon is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1, 2p2. So when energy promoted an electron from 2s to 2p orbital, it generates 4 unpaired electron. And this, among these 4 orbital, 1s and 2p orbital undergoes hybridization and form sp2 hybridization, and 1p orbital remain unhybridized. You can see here, between these, among these 4 hybrid orbital, 3 hybrid orbital overlap with each other and form 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, and 1 orbital remain unhybridized. So in carbon atom undergoes sp2 hybridization, so it has 3 sp2 hybrid orbital. Among these, 2 hybrid orbital overlap with 1s orbital of hydrogen. Like this, another carbon atom also overlap 2 hydrogen atom of 1s orbital. So there are 4 hydrogen atom, and 1 sp2 hybrid orbital of one carbon overlap with 1 sp2 hybrid orbital of another carbon. So there is a sigma bond, and between carbon and hydrogen there is also a sigma bond. So in ethylene molecule there is in carbon-carbon there is 1 sigma bond, and for carbon hydrogen there are 4 carbon hydrogen sigma bond. As there is a one unhybridized p orbital, this unhybridized p orbital of one carbon and unhybridized orbital of another carbon overlap sidewise and form a pi bond. So side by side overlap of half filled p orbitals gives a pi bond. So you can see in this figure, in ethylene molecule, the carbon atom with 2 hydrogen atom, it forms 2 sigma bond and 1 sigma bond with another carbon, and this carbon also form 2 sigma bond with 2 hydrogen atom. As there are 1 unhybridized p orbital, this p orbital of this carbon and p orbital of this carbon overlap side by side overlap and form 1 pi bond. So in ethylene molecule we have carbon-carbon, 1 sigma bond and 1 pi bond, not 2 pi bond. These two combine with each other and form a 1 pi bond, not 2 pi bond. So this is the ethylene molecule. Here you can see this is the sigma bond, and this one is unhybridized p orbital, and unhybridized p orbital overlap with each other side by side and form a pi bond. So in ethylene molecule there is a sigma bond and pi bond, and for carbon hydrogen there are 4 sigma bond. Now sp hybridization. From this sp hybridization, you can see that here one s orbital and p orbital combine with each other. So when one s orbital and one p orbital overlap with each other and form two equivalent orbitals is known as sp hybridization. I repeat it again. When one s orbital and one p orbital overlap with each other and form two equivalent orbital is called sp hybridization. What is the characteristics of sp hybridization? It forms linear molecule with an angle of 180 degree. This type of hybridization involves the mixing of one s orbital and one p orbital of nearly equal or equal energy to give a new hybrid orbital of equal energy known as sp hybridized orbital. sp hybridization is also called diagonal hybridization. That is, it is a linear molecule. Each sp hybridized orbital has an equal amount of s and p character, as there is one s and p orbital, so it has 50% s and p characters. Now I am going to discuss the bond formation of beryllium hydride. The ground state electronic configuration of beryllium is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p0. So it has no electron in 2p orbital, or there is no unpaired electron. So it cannot form any bonds. But how it can form BeH2 molecule? Yes, energy promoted in an electron from 2s orbital to 2p orbital. That's why it has two unpaired electron, and it can form two bonds with two hydrogen atom. Since both beryllium hydrogen bonds are identical, so it must undergo hybridization. And when one s orbital and one p orbital combine with each other and form sp hybridized orbital. So in the beryllium atom, you can see that one s orbital and one p orbital combine with each other and form two sp2 hybrid orbital. And these two sp2 hybrid orbital overlap with 1s atomic orbital of hydrogen. So beryllium can overlap with two hydrogen atom and form beryllium hydride molecule. You can see that this is the overlap region of beryllium atom. So beryllium can form two sigma bond with two hydrogen atom and form beryllium hydride molecule. Now, what are the bond of carbon dioxide molecule? You know that carbon atom is in ground state, its atomic electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. So it has two unpaired electron. When energy given, it results 4 unpaired electron, and it undergoes sp hybridization during formation of carbon dioxide molecule, and there remain two p orbital unhybridized. And in case of oxygen, you know that electronic configuration of oxygen is 8. So its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4. So it has two unpaired electron, but when these 2s and 2p orbital overlap with each other, it undergoes sp2 orbitals. So in case of carbon dioxide molecule, carbon undergoes sp hybridization and oxygen undergoes sp2 hybridization. Now you can see carbon undergoes sp hybridization. So there are two unpaired unhybridized p orbital, and in case of oxygen, oxygen undergoes sp2 hybridization, so it has one unpaired electron. So when it forms bond, the sp hybrid orbital of one carbon overlap with the sp2 orbital of another oxygen atom, and another sp hybrid orbital of carbon undergoes hybridization with the sp2 hybrid orbital of oxygen atom. So in this figure, it is clear to you, carbon undergoes sp hybridization and oxygen undergoes sp2 hybridization. So in oxygen there is one unhybridized p orbital, and in case of carbon there are two unhybridized p orbital. So sp orbital of carbon overlap with the sp2 orbital of oxygen atom. Here sp orbital of carbon overlap with the sp2 orbital of this oxygen atom. So this is a sigma bond. This is sigma bond. So this is a sigma bond. This is also a sigma bond. As carbon has two unhybridized orbital and each oxygen has two unhybridized orbital, one p orbital of carbon overlap with this oxygen p orbital, unhybridized p orbital, and form a pi bond. It is form a pi bond. Another unhybridized p orbital of carbon, overlap with unhybridized p orbital of another oxygen. So carbon form sigma bond with oxygen, two oxygen, and it also forms pi bond with two oxygen molecule. That's why its atomic structure is like this: carbon, double bond, oxygen, carbon, double bond, oxygen. In this double bond, one is sigma bond, another one is pi bond. Sigma bond, another one is pi bond. And in case of this is sigma bond, another one is pi bond. So carbon atom, there is two sigma bond with two oxygen atom and two pi bond with two oxygen atom. So as it is linear, its bond angle is 180 degree between oxygen, carbon and oxygen. So what about nitrogen molecule? You know that nitrogen, its atomic number is 7, its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. So it has 3 unpaired electron in p orbital. It undergoes sp hybridization during the formation of nitrogen molecule. As it is undergoes sp hybridization, so nitrogen has 2 sp hybrid orbital and remain 2 unpaired hybridized orbital. 2 unhybridized orbital, 2 hybrid orbital and 2 unhybridized orbital. And in this figure you can see that an sp hybridized nitrogen atom. This is sp orbital of nitrogen atom, and there are 1 and 2. These two are unhybridized p orbital. So when two nitrogen atom bond with each other, this sp hybrid orbital of nitrogen combine with or overlap with another sp hybrid orbital of another nitrogen atom and form a sigma bond. This form a sigma bond. And the two bonds of nitrogen are formed when electron pairs are shared between two sets of parallel p orbitals. Here you can see that there are two unhybridized p orbital. This p orbital overlap with this p orbital of nitrogen, and this p orbital, unhybridized p orbital, is overlap with this unhybridized p orbital of another nitrogen. So in case of nitrogen molecule, there is a sigma bond, 1 sigma bond and 2 pi bonds. The total bonding picture of nitrogen is here. From this figure you can see that between nitrogen molecule, in nitrogen molecule, 1 is sigma bond and there are 2 pi bonds. So what is pi bonds? Pi bonds results from the side to side overlap of p orbitals. When side to side overlapping of p orbitals results, it forms pi bonds. In this figure you can see that there are 2 p orbitals. It undergoes hybridization, side by side overlapping occurs. You can see the change. Side by side overlapping results the formation of pi bonds. So planar molecule, as this is side by side overlapping, it forms planar molecule and its carbon in trigonal planar with pi cloud above and below the plane. There is a pi cloud. These are pi cloud of the plane. And pi bonds hinder rotation about the carbon to carbon bonds, as due to the formation of pi bond, before formation of pi bond there is a sigma bond. So there are 2 bonds, one is sigma bond, this one is sigma bond, and by this for pi bond there is another bond. So between carbon and carbon there are 2 bonds. As there are 2 bonds, there is no rotation is possible. Now bond formation from hybridization, you can see if there is a single bond, this is always sigma bond. If you see it is double bond, there is a sigma bond and a pi bond. And if there is a triple bond, there is a sigma bond and 2 pi bonds. So sigma bonds results into overlapping, and in case of pi bond, it is side by side overlapping. So I say it again, when if you saw there is a single bond, it is always sigma bond. If there is a double bond, you can find one sigma bond and one pi bond. And in case of triple bond, one sigma bond and 2 pi bonds are present. So how many sigma and pi bonds are in acetic acid molecule? Here you can see that this is acetic acid molecule CH3COOH. So if we write down the structural configuration of acetic acid, we find this carbon, there are 3 hydrogen, carbon double bond oxygen, carbon oxygen and hydrogen. So now I calculate sigma and pi bonds in acetic acid molecule. You can see that there are 6 sigma bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another one is here. So total there are 7 sigma bonds. And pi bonds, there is only 1 pi bonds, as there is only 1 pi bonds. So today we learned about the definition of sp2-sp hybridization, the formation of compounds by sp2 and sp hybridization, and prediction of hybridization in given covalent compounds. So if you have any question, please write it in comment box. I will try to solve it. I have a home task for you. Here are some questions for your home task. First one is, what is called sp hybridization? Analyze the hybridization of beryllium chloride. Analyze the hybridization of oxygen. Analyze the hybridization of C2H2. Analyze the hybridization of C2H4. So thank you very much for your participation. I want to say you again that you must stay at home, wash your hands regularly, you must maintain social distance, avoid touching eyes, nose and mouth, and practice respiratory hygiene, and make your family members conscious about novel coronavirus. Make the best use of your time. You must make your lesson, and I think all of you will be very fine. Thank you very much.